listening to Rock and Roll Specialists with your hosts, Ben Eastman and Geoff Crenshaw. Let's rock.
Hello, I'm Geoff Crenshaw.
And I'm Ben Eastman.
And welcome to Rock and
Roll Special.
Alright, our last show was a little bit of a downer, more introspective. Today, now, we're recording it the same day. We're going to get a little more fun again.
Way to pull the curtain back and show them what it's like behind these golden podcast doors.
Pay attention to me. Go over there. I'm actually a good man. Just a very, very bad wizard.
You're a wizard, Jeffrey.
I'm a what?
Is that your British accent? That's pretty good.
That's my Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Famous Harry Potter. Can't even go into a bookstore without making the front page.
You know, saying what in a British
What?
accent is pretty funny. What? What are you saying?
Ever since like 11 years ago when the Charlie Bit My Finger video was huge on the internet, I've wanted to go to England and slap around a few British kids to hear them like cry out in pain.
Oh, he hit me, Mama. We were on our way to get some crisps at the market and he hit me.
How on earth will I get to have my morning tea and biscuits? Little British bastard, they're called cookies, okay? They're cookies. They're not biscuits. Biscuit is something you pour gravy on, by the way. You are in the presence of one of the finest biscuits and gravy makers that this world has ever seen, and it's not me. The name rhymes with Peffrey Schmenshaw. What could that possibly be?
Cameron Broom isn't here. No, but thank you. Thank you.
I have to give credit where it is due.
And they're chips, not crisps. And what you call chips are actually fries, you little fucking toffee muncher.
They're always... And they are the ones that put beans on toast.
Okay, don't get me started.
I did have that, and I did like it. But then again, I like baked beans, and you don't. So.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you're not a...
That's like the one, I always say my favorite cuisine is like Southern / Cajun soul. You know, that there's a vast barbecue, you know, there's a vast umbrella.
Yeah.
Baked beans, I think, falls into that, and that's one thing I don't care for. It's, yeah.
Tell us all the things you don't care for, Geoff.
Oh, we could be here for
I would
days.
like... 1 second. This is a 13-parter.
It's basically to the tune of we didn't start the fire, but repeated 20 times. Gaffy Yeti.
Marble Rye.
I like Marble Rye, but not in the context of a Reuben. If you give me a Marble
Geoff, whatever was that sound emanating from your crotch?
Oh, it's merely my seed.
Oh, I see it's vanilla Coke.
Hey, you killed the illusion.
You pulled back the curtains.
You pulled back the curtain.
I'm going to bust them open even wider. Speaking of soda, we actually just tried the new Kroger exclusive. What was that, Geoff Crenshaw?
Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple.
Thrashed Apple.
It's the latest Dew flavor, and I surmised that it's Kroger exclusive because I follow a bunch of these snack pages on Instagram, like, oh, look, there's a new M&M coming out, and I'm like, oh, let me see. You know?
Oh!
It's.
I think I'll need to try this first.
Okay, I started following these, and they said that coming soon to Kroger, the Thrashed Apple, and I've always liked apple flavored things. And I said, and it was coming out on the 13th, and to Kroger, cool. No, I'll have to see if that's true or not. And then next shift I was walking to the restroom. There's like a little employee restroom in the receiving area. And I walked past like a huge crate of the Thrashed Apple before they put it out in the store. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm getting in a few days.
Yeah.
I bought a 12 pack for me. Share with my coworkers. Like one coworker took like one sip, and I kept drinking them all day until like late in my shift. I started feeling chest pains. But then I'm like, I should stop. But then I was like still wanting them, and then I managed to goad Ben into giving me a ride home that day. I was like, I'll give you a 12 pack if you give me a ride. It's like, you've got it, sir.
And I would have found any excuse to not, but once he said 12 pack, I said, yeah, sure, let's go. No, they were really good. It's really, really good. I was kind of surprised. I love green apples. Like, my favorite apple ever is Granny Smith. I love the apple and caramel suckers. Those are like my favorite. But I've never been huge on drinking apple. It's okay in some circumstances.
What about the Jones? Did you ever?
Yeah, my cousin, who's also pretty much my brother, loves it. Chris. Yeah. That's like one of his favorite sodas ever. I was a foo-foo berry guy. Well, you know that.
Yeah.
But the green apple was good. It was more sour, and this is, as you described it, pretty smooth.
It's like a sour green apple flavor-wise, but if they toned down the sour and just made it almost not quite a neutral apple, but more neutral than like a full-blown sour apple drink is.
I will say it does taste different over ice than it does straight out of the can.
Yes, it does.
I'd say it is smoother when it's over ice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit more citrusy, or not citrusy, but a little bit more puckerish out of the can, but it's good.
I'll tell you this.
Fucking good. Good shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. It's, to me, this is my own observation. I poured a glass of it into like a thing of crushed ice. We have like an ice machine at work. That's how they like stock the seafood case with ice. Is they just like they let that drop into like these giant carts, and they dig from the carts and fill the case. Mm-hmm. And there's like a compartment up top where you can scoop ice out of the inside of the machine, and that's what I do every day when I want water or something. Yeah. And it's like the good ice. It's like the ice they have at Sonic that crush. You know, it's kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
I filled like a cup with ice, filled it up with this stuff, and smelled it, and based on the smell, I thought it was going to be more sour than it ended up tasting. When you smell the soda, it smells more sour than it tastes, I think.
What happens if you lick the soda? I happen to have an ice cold, refreshing one right in front of me. I'm going to lick it. So for you ASMR folks, really listen into this.
If you would like a refund, look for Beastman Supreme on Instagram.
Yeah. And if you would like to, Geoff, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. See, there's something for everyone here at Rock and Roll Specialist.
You could really see the Yeti influence on him.
Don't you talk bad about the patron saint of Yeti, okay?
Hey, guys.
He puts mac and cheese on hamburgers.
We're going to put something delicious and savory into your trough, guy.
Speaking of other new things that we've tried, I hear just beforehand, you and the love of your life tried Shake Shack for the first time.
We did.
And you had what was your first Shake Shack experience like? By the way, Shake Shack happens to be probably one of the closest restaurants seemingly to where we like. It's really close.
It's just
feels kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
that it's right there.
Yeah, it was all right. The fries I don't think were as warm as they could have been, and I liked what Bobby ordered more than what I liked what I ordered. Bobby with an I, and
That's his girlfriend.
yes,
Yeah.
we're not talking about Bobby Wagner. Like
That's a guy that we keep on bringing up, but we don't really give a shit about.
I care deeply for Bobby Wagner.
Hey, you better watch out. DJ Wagon Wheel is coming for you.
Like the day he deleted me on Facebook was the day I lost my heart.
It's hard.
Yeah. Anyway, I liked Bobby. Just got like the regular like hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever it was, and I liked that better than what I got. I got I think it was a stacked burger. It's just a patty, and there's a portobello mushroom on it and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this would be good. Way too much breading on the mushroom. I wanted to taste more of the mushroom than the breading, and it was kind of reversed.
Yeah.
Now,
Interesting they fried it.
yeah, I was not expecting that. Sometimes it works. B-Dubs used to have Buffalo Wild Wings. Used to have...
That's a Buffalo Wild Wing place. All right, sorry.
you stand in the corner, Eastman.
Hey, Eric.
You've interrupted me for the last time.
Hey, Eric,
Okay.
where's our free Chipotle coupons? All right, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
Stop
B-Dubs.
alienating our fan. We had a fan and it's like, Eric, we didn't get the coupon.
It's okay, I don't need diarrhea anyway.
The 5. Oh! Now you've like publicly denigrated his place of business.
I actually had Chipotle this week. It did not give me diarrhea. It was very tasty.
Well, now everyone's going to want to go now.
I think they call that guilty by association.
Like, your advertisement's the equivalent of, you know what I liked best about X daycare? They did not molest my kids.
You know what was bad about Cosby? The raping. Not the hypocrisy.
Fuck, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, they used to have these things at Buffalo Wild Wings. They fried mushrooms and came with a Southwest sauce. That was perfect because you got the breading on those didn't like overpower the mushroom, and they were tiny mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like they were almost liquefied in the breadings, hot when you ate them. The mushrooms on the burger at Shake Shack were overpowered by the breading. I took a bite, and I wondered if it was like an onion ring or something at first, because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Next time I'm just gonna get like a regular burger there. And honestly, I don't know. Bobby tells me she prefers Shake Shack to In-N-Out. I think what you've told me before is you prefer it by a nose because they have better fries there. The fries I got they weren't very warm. They were like, it was a fairly busy day. Maybe so they weren't as fresh. Maybe I don't know, but I think I need to give it another shot.
I think you do. And I think
It was okay. It was fine, but
my approach when I try a new place like that, obviously Shake Shack has a lot of history. People love it, and you hear about it online. I've heard about it for seemingly the last decade online.
oh yeah, it's
Pop culture.
Yeah.
People referencing, is In-N-Out better? Is Shake Shack better? It seems like those are kind of the two titans of fast food burgers, West Coast, East Coast. Like, what's better kind of a thing.
right.
But when I try something like that, my first thing is to be like, when in Rome, what do people order here? Like, what is
Right.
the thing to order? And, I think you were just like, oh, that sounds good. I'll try that.
Yeah,
But they definitely,
that's how I am. If I see something, I want it.
in the way that, like, when you go to In-N-Out, like, if you're wanting a quintessential, you would get a double. You do the same thing at this place. They have a double cheeseburger.
Right.
And-
That's what I should have done.
And, well, hey, you know what? It's just right over here, so I'm sure you'll have it again soon. But I will say, and I love In-N-Out a lot. I will be a guy that always champions it. It's just
Fucking
good. It's an experience.
One of
and
the
it's
best
good.
times the last few years is when you and I just been like, it's like fucking 11 p.m. We just drove down to Kaiser,
Yeah.
and I think we like each had like 3. burgers. We just ate off the trunk of the car in Kaiser Station, like in an empty parking lot.
We barely. I don't think. I think we
were
I think we both got through 2, and we were like struggle busting for the last.
We are not in our early 20s anymore, Ben.
No.
Like back in the day, we would fucking plow through shit. I remember. This is going way back. There used to be a famous Dave's barbecue restaurant. It's kind of a fast food barbecue place. It's a bit better than Dickie's, but it's not like a place you'll find on the South, like a Rendezvous or something. It's good for what it is,
yeah.
you know. And the thing Ben and I used to love to get was this like platter, and we usually got one with brisket and like barbecue chicken and stuff, and a lot of fries and cornbread, and it was good stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I remember Ben and I went there once, and the waiter came out, and with the platter's like, "All right, guys, good luck finishing this. The only people who've ever finished this before were these 3 giant Samoan guys. I don't think you guys have a chance." And like Ben and I said, "Oh, okay." And we had the mentality, especially at that time, where we took it as a challenge. And we just started fucking shoving it in our mouths. And we did finish it, and the guy came out, and he was amazed. "Oh, my God! I can't believe you finished that!" And we're like, "Oh, yeah, we did."
And you know what's funny? I don't remember taking it as much of a challenge, but what I do remember is it being almost effortless to finish that thing.
It's... Yeah,
like, we may have been full by the end of it, but it was like...
We were full, but we did.
3 big Hawaiian dudes. Come on, this is fucking dual engines. You're talking to rock and roll specialists. You're talking to B, the Big I Ben, and G double motherfucking G Crenshaw. That doesn't make any sense. I just threw it out there, but
that brings me to a memory I have of Alan Burrell. He would have been 30 years old at the time.
The former podcast member.
He would have been like 30, like my age, like now.
Holy shit, he's fucking old.
Oh yeah, he's like 37 now.
Jesus.
He's pushing 40. He would have been like my age now.
That
back
explains
then.
the hairline.
And don't bash Alan. Well, not too much. But I remember him telling me like, and Geoff, enjoy your youth while you have it, because things are going to get more difficult. It's called second puberty, Geoff, and life is just going to suck more after a while. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not making sense. He makes sense now. I don't think I'd be able to completely conquer a fucking barbecue platter at Famous Dave's now.
Yeah.
Without it, like, hitting back.
Yeah. I find food hits a lot more back than it used to.
Hangovers hurt more than they used to.
Yeah.
And cornbread and iced tea took the place of pills and 90 proof.
Hey, can I have that with the side of acid? Can I have that with a side of Tums? Can I have Tums for dessert? Oh man. Well,
I think I've been spared more than some of my friends. Like one of our friends, like now has like celiac, and he was all about like ramen and Chang's Mongolian and stuff back in the day. And now he has to like be super celiac. Anything where you have like gluten intolerance. Super restrictive.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Honestly,
Luckily, there's a lot of things that accommodate it now, but still, you have to live your life like that. Like you have to plan for that.
Oh god.
You know.
The only like dietary restriction I have, and you think this is gonna be a joke when I say it, and I think I've told you before, so you know it's
Chicken hearts.
No, but that was just too much. But no, the only thing that really like kills me every time is mod pizza.
Yeah, you've told me that before.
It sucks because I like mod pizza. I like the pesto. I like how they have fucking chopped apples as a topping.
Yeah.
I'll have mine with the chopped apples and like fucking corn.
Yeah, but chopped apple and sausage together on something would go together really well.
Oh god, I always get like and it's not just like a gluten thing. I don't think, because it happens regardless of if it's the regular crust, or if I get like the cauliflower crust.
Yeah.
Later on I usually get this like stabbing pain in my stomach. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so I'll now only go occasionally to test the waters, but
Yeah.
it's not a place I'm gonna like, oh fuck, It's been a week. I gotta get to mod.
It's funny that you say that because like a thing that seemingly out of nowhere started to affect me was Parmesan. Like I just can't eat it. I can't do it because I wake up in the middle of the night with the worst stomach pains. Like feels like something stabbing out of my stomach. And I finally figured out that it was Parmesan that did that, which sucks because I love who doesn't love Parmesan on pizza? And that's all I'm wondering. Like Adam, in my head, ever since I heard you tell me about that about mod, I have not gone to mod pizza because I thought, well, historically we know my stomach is like probably the worst of both of ours. I'm always having issues with it, but I'm like, well, shit. if Iron Stomach Crenshaw can't deal with a pizza there, I'm wondering, it must be some ingredient, maybe.
I tried Googling it, and there was like apparently places like the build your own style places can cause illnesses or whatever. But I feel like it would be more ubiquitous than just I'll order shit from Subway. I love Jersey Mike's, and they don't do. They don't do that to me, but mod Chang's doesn't do that to me. It does that to people I know, but it doesn't do that to me. But mod specifically.
Once again, you've tuned into two guys talking about their bodies on Rock and Roll Specialists.
Yeah, I think we're old officially.
Yeah, I think we are.
And this is where like everyone except Eric Watson is clicked off.
I really think we should start doing commercials for things in the middle here. Like, you could do a spot for mod. Hi, I'm Geoff Crenshaw. Now, I can't eat mod, but you should because there's a bevy of toppings you can put on your pizza, just as if you were making a sandwich at Subway. And that is a stellar deal. Go to Mod Pizza. Even though I can't.
You know what they have at Mod that I like?
What?
Those little cakes wrapped in foil.
Oh.
They're almost like Hostess cakes, but they're not. They're like more fancy schmancy.
Oh.
But yeah, they're like the white cream in the middle and the chocolate.
Are you a Hostess guy or a Little Debbie guy? And let's be frank. I mean, I'm sure you play both sides. But
yes.
You got a preference?
God, I don't know because I like them both. It just depends on what. And when I went to middle school, I lived for those freaking Nutty Buddy bars.
Oh yeah.
I like taking them off layer by layer. Just eat one, lick the peanut butter off the next level.
Geoff, what sound did your cross just make?
People are gonna think that like a digital skip happened and it went back to the earlier in the video. God damn it!
Wow, this Ben Eastman keeps on saying the same joke over and over. How do you drink so fast?
I just took a drink.
You just right down the gillet, just as quick as possible. I've seen you drink an entire how many ounces is this? 23-ounce can of iced tea before, like in about 4 seconds flat.
Really?
Yeah.
One time, there's actually a picture of me afterwards, but that you always like make fun of. One time I went to this place in Portland with Tally and Dan Sprinkle.
Oh yeah, your hair. I remember that shot.
It was, I forget what it's called, but they had like
was it Melting Pot?
No, it wasn't that. It's I forget what it was called, but they had it placed a lot of different kinds of beers. I remember Dan Sprinkle gave me shit because I asked for a milk stout, and it's like, well, that's kind of random to order. Why do you want a milk stout?
And the funny thing is, because we're best friends, I know the exact reason why you were asking for a milk stout. One time we got a milk stout and it was really good. I've actually never.
The malts.
Yeah,
that's like the only time I've ever been. Hey, can you give us money to help with our premiere? Sure, we'll be back soon. And that was like 5 years ago. Sorry, Noah.
Hey, we bought a few beers there. We patronized the hell out of it.
We should go back. They have good beers.
Yeah, what is it called?
Waltz Brewery.
Waltz Brewery.
Or Waltz Brewing. I forget one of those.
Yeah.
It's in Forest Grove.
Good little tap house with some music playing in the background.
Delicious milk stout. Well, at least I don't think they have like a set menu. I think they have like a rotation of shit that goes through.
Yeah.
At the time, he said there was a guy that sold hot dogs there every Friday.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. A hot dog and some beer. I remember there being like a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
I think
They have all kinds, but usually like folk and bluegrass or blues.
I remember Noah. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I remember him being into bluegrass.
Yeah, he is.
I haven't seen him in ages. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, we used to hang out quite a bit. In fact, I remember one of my favorite memories with Noah was the first time I went and saw Kiss. We both did the makeup to the nines.
Did you have an allergic reaction to it? No? Okay.
I don't necessarily remember that. I did remember being a fucking bitch to get off. But I mean, ultimately. But yeah, he dressed up as Ace Frehley, the Starman with the silver and everything, and I did the big star as Paul Stanley, the Star Child. And I remember it was great until we like started to realize, like, even before we got to the place for the concert, our face was like itching. So like the whole concert, we were like kind of like face palming, and I didn't want to itch off the makeup, and so you kind of like press it because it was like cracking a little bit.
You don't want to you don't want to rub makeup.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's the only time I've ever done makeup for. And back then, I had never. At the time that we saw that concert, which was years ago now, I wasn't growing facial hair, so I didn't. Now I can't do that because I've got a beard.
That'd be funny
to maintain.
If you spray dyed the beard black, and then just worked around it.
Oh yeah, rock and roll, bro.
You got the Dimebag Daryl meets Kiss look.
Yeah, wow. I didn't even know you knew who Divebag Daryl was.
I just knew he got like shot on stage.
I actually didn't know how he died. I didn't know he died really young though.
Yeah, like a crazed fan like shot him on stage in the middle of a concert.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what band he was in?
Was it Panthera?
Iron. Yeah.
It's made of iron.
Good old Pantera.
God, wasn't he in another band too?
Probably.
A lot of those guys are in several bands. Like Chris Cornell was in Soundgarden, and what was the other one?
Soundgarden and Audio Slave.
I
believe he was also in Temple of Dog too, which had Eddie Vedder singing. Who Eddie Vedder was in
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, yeah. A lot of little mix and matches going on.
I love their version of Last Kiss.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a cute song. I'm not sure. I've always kind of wondered why they did that because it felt a little bit. It felt different than some of their other stuff that they did. I wonder if there's like a personal connection to that song or something.
I think they heard the original song and thought it was like tonally inappropriate for the subject matter. Like I love the original, but it's like a 50s cheerful pop. I guess maybe kind of it's almost like a pumped up Kicks of its era.
Yeah.
Oh where can my baby be? The Lord took her away from me.
Yeah.
She's gonna heaven, so I got to be good. And then like oh where can my baby be?
Yeah, it's more emotive.
It's
that's funny that you say that because a song recently I was getting into. God, you find there's so many songs that have kind of like weird shit that you never realized was weird till you like grew up. Like even though it's not exactly what it sounds like it is. Little Sister is one of those types of songs.
Yes.
I
knew you when you were a kid, but now that you're old enough, I'm gonna fuck you. Which is kind of a story of Priscilla Presley.
Hey, don't talk about my family members this way.
I love Elvis, but it's not like it's not a thoughtless, unaware.
Yeah.
I'm not like endlessly praising him on every issue.
Ringo Starr doing You're 16.
Yeah,
Although that was a song before him. Now I think about it, that's just the version I listened to most.
That was before Ringo?
Well, I think it might have been a cover. I don't know. It sounds like it, but yeah, you come on like
You're
a
my
dream.
baby.
Peaches and cream.
You're my
lips,
pet.
lips like strawberry wine. You're 16.
If
You're beautiful in your mind.
My little sister's 16, and if I saw Ringo Starr hovering, I'd kick his ass.
He hasn't sang that song live in many, many years because I think he knows, obviously. But even when it came out, he was still like...
He would have been in his 30s, probably, at least.
There's another song, that's what I was leading to, by Benny Cardone, I think his name is. If I could fly, I'd lift you up, I'd take you into the night and show you love. Have you ever heard that song? It's called Into the Night by, I think, Benny Cardone. But like the opening line of the song, it was like, she was 16 years old. And like, but like, it's that line that like changes the context of the entire song.
It makes it a little...
It's like, and then like, I think years later he tried to like retcon it, and that it was just a girl that he was living with a family, and they had this kid, and he just saw her like leaving at night, like with this older gentleman or something, and he was always like I wish I could give her a life that she deserves. And I'm like, that's still a little weird. It's a little weird.
You know, another song that I don't think people really ever think about it. I'll butcher some of the lyrics, but I saw him standing there by the record machine. Knew he must have been about 17. And then, like, for the most part, it's pretty innocuous. Like, now he said, "Let me take you home so we could be alone." And like, okay.
I can tell I'm moving on. He was with me.
Me.
Yeah,
me.
me.
It's like, well, I guess I'm not too alone because I'm pretty sure Joan's a lesbian, but but at the same time, it's like,
She is?
isn't
I
she?
actually don't know.
I may have just like completely like been wrong about that.
I mean, she has like the punk, like kind of butchy, emo, dark look kind of to her, but
I think I just assumed it.
yeah, wow, that's fucked up. Joan Jett is an icon, okay?
So is Ellen, and she's a lesbian.
She's a lesbian. Oh!
One of my favorite romance movies is about a lesbian who falls in love with Ben Affleck.
What is that?
Chasing Amy.
Oh, wow. Duh.
I love that movie.
Wow. Yeah, hey, you know, speaking of that, today's news announced some new Criterion releases.
Oh.
Chasing Amy was on the Criterion many years ago, right? Yeah. On just DVD. I don't think it has a Blu-ray release.
They really need to bring it back again.
Yeah.
Like for a Blu-ray, hell, for a 4K now, they're doing those.
They're finally releasing some 4K, which
That's
I'm
amazing.
curious. I think the idea is that they're gonna just do select releases. I don't think they're gonna like totally like delegitimize all the previous Blu-ray releases. I think Criterion won't do that, but they're being selective on what they're releasing for 4K.
Citizen Kane is the first one, I
Citizen
think.
Kane, and they just announced today The Red Shoes, which is a movie I've never seen, but I hear like pretty much the consensus is, oh, Red Shoes in 4K. Where do I pay? Kind of a thing. Like,
wow.
I've always wanted to see it because I've heard it's visually amazing, and apparently
1948 too. So
yeah, it was one of the first real like total like Technicolor films of that era. So it'll be interesting to watch that. But the other one that was announced is a film that we both really liked quite a bit, which has actually got a bit of controversy that they chose it apparently. Or at least the consensus amongst people is that they're like, was that deserving?
Yes.
And there's the other film. I'm like, yeah, that was a great movie. Now, it was probably more likely a really good play that was turned into a very good movie. But, you know.
It's the first, like, 20 minutes, there's like, one part out of several that's good. But once they get to the main part of the movie, the main location, it's fucking brilliant.
And the performances are really good. Particularly Leslie Odom Jr., who plays...
Did we say what the movie was?
Oh, One Night in Miami. I don't know if we did. Yeah, that's true. One Night in Miami, which is about a kind of more hypothetical meeting between Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, who at the time was Cassius Clay, and Jim Brown, who, obviously in that era, probably the four of the most influential African Americans at that time.
Oh yeah.
And I think it is said they were all in the same place at the one time. So I think this just kind of takes what could have possibly happened with their relationships and everything. And it was, fantastic. Great performances, especially by the guy who played Cassius Clay and the guy who played Sam Cooke. Definitely.
Yes, the guy who plays Cassius Clay looks pretty much exactly like the real guy, and has that same arrogance, like to a T. Mm-hmm. The macho flamboyantness, and Sam Cooke, man, he's one person I would think, they'll never be able to, like, get his essence right on screen. Like, it's like he came back to life. The voice, Bobby and I went to my old Domino's boss, Trisha. Like, she's the first person who ever gave me a job. She had a birthday party at a bar last June, at this karaoke bar, and I decided to do A Change Is Gonna Come at karaoke.
Ballsy. Ballsy.
They said I did a good job. I was like, really? Like, yeah. Like,
Geoff, they were probably just being nice.
It was beyond being nice. I could tell the difference, but I didn't. I was in charge. I was just singing it, and wow. But no, probably nowhere near as good as Sam Cooke or Leslie Odom Jr.
Well, I have no doubt you gave it 300%. That's for sure.
You gotta always swing for the fences.
That'd be a good karaoke song to sing. My thing is that if I ever actually decide to do karaoke, I get too flustered on trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. I remember last time I did karaoke was many years ago. I probably have told this story, but I sang "Rich Girl" by Hall & Oates, because you can't go wrong with Hall & Oates at karaoke. Who doesn't love Hall & Oates? And
Italian girls.
My vocals, about halfway through, my voice just gave out on the song, because you're just singing it straight through. And
okay. That happened to me on my second song I sang that night.
Yeah.
I Love to Love You Baby by Donna Summer.
Did you do all the sexual moaning parts?
I love to love you, baby.
I don't think I can hear you do that. I can only hear Donna Summer do that.
It was it was really hard on the voice. I should have done on the radio or Let's Dance, or Last Dance. That's it. But
or Hot Stuff.
I love Hot Stuff, but I prefer on the radio.
Yeah, on the radio is a great
Fucking
song.
love that.
And I love the beginning too. I actually love that song's like two songs in one. The beginning, it's slow, piano and kind of romantic, and it's like on
the radio.
Then it picks up and it's more kind of disco.
Oh man, I watched fairly recently. I saw the Celina series, but there's a lot of filler in it, but it's really well done and telling the story, and I really liked it. But then I watched the movie, which I didn't think was as well done, but there was less filler in it. But they did weird shit during the concert scenes, they're trying to make it out of music video with weird camera. You know how you can, in some camcorders, you hit a button and it divides the image into mirror images it.
Yeah.
They did that in some of the concert scenes, and it was just weird. But and I watched some actual Selena footage, and in one of her concerts she did a disco medley, where it was on the radio, Last Dance, Do the Hustle, and one other, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I honestly, My only like previous exposure to Selena was Spirit Halloween used to play "Come on the Floor."
What does that mean?
Something of the flower, something the flower. I can't speak Spanish. Como la flor, something. So I don't speak Spanish. I can't really, but
I was wondering if it had like some sort of like connection because you said spirit, so I was wondering if it was like a.
No. It's just like some random song that had it.
Oh.
So like, it's like in the series when the character Celina singing it, they have like subtitles with the lyrics, and it's like, "My love was like a flower, but it shriveled on the vine, and now I want you back," or something like that.
Oh, huh. Wow.
It's her her like brother wrote most of her songs.
But when it was doing the subtitles, was there like a knife like bouncing on the words as she was saying it or something, or a flower?
It would have been the tasteless joke regardless, but she was shot.
Oh, okay. So like a bullet, like doing it.
The head of Yolanda Saldivar.
yeah. Her
Selena!
incarcerated. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. She's like up for parole in a few years. The lady that killed her, and I don't. If she's ever let out, I don't think she's gonna last in the streets more than like a day.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Like people hate her so much. It's like if they let out the guy that killed John Lennon. I don't think how many fans of the guy that's saying "give peace a chance" are gonna let that guy walk around without getting his fucking.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're a fan of "Woman is of the World," you're probably gonna beat some.
Mama.
There's a word I was missing.
I was in the middle of punching my wife when the idea that women are the most oppressed population came into my head, and I thought I should sing about how women are oppressed, and then I finished punching my wife.
And then Yoko replied with, because that's actually how she talks.
Oh God, poor Yoko. She gets so much shit.
Hey, she's rolling in the dough. So, well, I mean, I guess.
Have you ever seen Chapter 27, the movie about
with Fat Jared Leto?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen that.
I've seen parts of it. It's
your hatred for Jared Leto rolled off onto me.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I hate to admit that happens more often than I like.
Well, you just know that I have valid grievances.
Most of the time.
But this was before his like douchey. I'm gonna send dead rats to my co-stars because that's what the Joker would do. Shut the fuck up. But
and we ended up with Suicide Squad.
It gives me life that he was so pissy about Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker in that one movie. Joker. That was actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's like I've told Bobby I'm going to show it to her, but not until she sees Taxi Driver and especially King of Comedy.
Yeah, I mean it does borrow pretty heavily from that, but I think it would be better for her to see it in context of that because it feels like a continuation of those types of movies.
I think honestly, it feels like a remake of King of Comedy, just put in the context of the Joker.
Yeah.
Like the only thing missing from like King of Comedy is like a full on like death cult. Like Rupert Pupkin never like started a cult, and I think it's really clever how they make Robert De Niro the talk show host.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you can't tell me this isn't intentional. And
now to this day, anytime I see the word Murray, I have to say Murray.
Hello, Ryan Murray.
Hey, Ryan Murray. Murray. Lemon Murray pie.
Hey, want to go to Sherry's after this and like scare the waitress? What do you have, sugar? some lemon meringue.
She'll say that she didn't consent to that. And then I'll end up in handcuffs singing Ringo Starr's You're 16 in a jail cell.
You come on like a dream, poachers and crime.
Oh my God. I have to say, we can't talk about it that much because it's best that you just go into it completely blind. But, Jeffrey, what is that unraveling? Were you playing with a tree branch? Oh. Hey, wait. ASMR, please crack that open right in front of the... Jeff's on his now third drink.
This is a black and white Arizona iced tea.
Ooh. Oh. All right, now go for it. Oh, come on. Drink it the way that you were going to drink it. Just go for it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a feature. The things I put up with.
Hey.
Hey, that's my line. I don't even remember what I was saying before that. It didn't matter.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, yes, I remember now. I just recently watched James Wan's most recent film called Malignant, which is on HBO. You could stream it there or see it in theaters, and it's fantastic. It's really great. But there's just the scene near the end where there's a jail cell, and one of the characters literally goes, "What the fuck?" And it's just one of those great moments. Just one of those great moments. And you know what? That's all I'll tell you. All you have to do is see the movie.
I want to see
And
the
then
movie.
while you're watching it, you'll think, what the fuck is Ben thinking? Why does he love this so much? And you know what? Maybe you won't think that. Maybe you'll be like, holy shit, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So, anyways, go
We usually
see
have similar
Malignant.
tastes.
Yeah.
There's some we differ on. Like, he likes Spring Breakers. I don't. I love Mommy Dearest. He did not.
Yeah.
But usually we are pretty simpatico.
Yeah. It kind of just depends. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can't be 100% all the time.
No. We are different people.
We are ordinary people.
We are the world.
That's a different
We
song.
are the children. We are the ones to make a better place. So let's start giving.
It's funny you bring that up. I actually there was a video going around that was like behind the scenes from that, and Huey Lewis sings on that.
Oh, well, of course.
And
it is.
there
It's
was
1980s, like 6, isn't it?
Yeah, like right as and that's the thing with Huey Lewis is when they hit, we were huge when they hit.
Oh man.
And Michael Jackson sings on that song too, and like they were trying to work out a part in the song, and like Huey Lewis like couldn't get it, and you could just see Michael Jackson being like, "This white ass motherfucker," like you had that total like look at him. It was really funny, like behind the scenes video from the making of that song I hadn't seen before.
The power of age is a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing.
Change your AIDS to a little white AIDS.
I can feel it. That's the power of AIDS.
Why does that?
And it won't take money, won't take fame. It'll kill the random guy in Liberace too. Okay, that just went off the rails.
I think it went off the rails far before that.
Except to have AIDS. Used to be a renegade. I used to needle around. I used to shoot heroin with needles I found on the ground. Okay, this is bad.
Oh my! I'm trying to think of another fucking Huey Lewis song. She give you heart and AIDS.
Heart and AIDS.
How many? How many AIDS references can we do for Huey Lewis song?
Stop, please. Stop. I'm afraid you're just too darn AIDS.
The AIDS of rock and roll is barely breathing. The AIDS of rock and roll is barely breathing.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, if you turned that into a Freddie Mercury joke, I would have been very upset.
Wow. Talk about a great movie. Bohemian Rhapsody. Have you seen that? What a performance. What a direction. Oh, the writing and the editing.
Didn't you tell me that they were talking about doing a sequel to that?
I mean, would you expect anything less?
Yeah, that was a horrible fucking
Queen's
movie.
gonna milk that cash cow for all it's worth. That movie made like $1 billion.
Can you imagine if it had been like The Shoe on the Other Foot and Freddie Mercury was alive and like Brian May was dead? I think it would go something like this. Hey, Freddie, do you remember your bandmate Brian May? And he'd be like, who?
I think Brian May deserves a little more credit than that, but yes. I see what you're saying.
Nah, I'm sure Brian May's a very talented guy.
He's also an astrophysicist, too.
Is he really?
Apparently. Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah. He has several degrees.
Wow. And he chose to be a rocker, eh?
He definitely did.
Excellent.
Speaking of rocker, thank you for tuning in.
Oh! We ended this. We're ending on a strong note. I'm Geoff Crenshaw.
I'm Ben Eastman.
And you've been listening to
Rock and Roll Specialist.
Just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pull the trigger, now he's dead.
I wanted to see how far you were going to go.